All right. Okay, so, all right, so this is Miss Kimberly Thomas, and she's our coach from Wilkinson Elementary. We've been working together for this year, and so we've been working together with teachers, going to our Let's Read Georgia meetings and just learning a lot of information. So we're going to be working with a specific teacher today, and so I just have some questions for you about what we're going to observe and the work we're going to do with that teacher.
Okay.
So what can you tell me about Miss Burke's class and why you have chosen her for our work together today?
Okay, so Miss Burke is, like she mentioned, this is her 4th year teaching. She actually just got finished with her master's, which kudos to her. But she's a math and science teacher. Again, 5th grade. She has really good classroom management, really good math and science teaching skills. However, she has expressed that she is concerned with having to now teach the UFly curriculum to the students because of their deficits in reading.
So, right, and so as we've talked about looking at y'all's data over the past few months is we need all hands on deck.
Yes.
And so we're trying to get all teachers that have access to students who need some phonics lessons to help the teachers learn that work and how to support students.
Correct.
And she's got apprehensions about that.
Yes, she does.
Okay. So second question is, what foundational reading skills do you see us focusing on for this work that we're about to do with Ms. Burke?
I think it's going to be student specific based on what we use with the spelling inventory, but we're using the UFly curriculum, so it just depends on what that student struggles with at this time. But the skills that the students need to I guess become better with really would be being able to decode and at the end being able to comprehend, understand what they've read. I mean, I'm a proponent of writing. I know writing is not our topic, but being able to effectively read, comprehend will also help them to be successful in writing as well. Because they're 5th graders, they're getting ready to go to middle school. They won't be, I don't want to say coddled by their teachers, but middle school teachers see things as when you come from elementary school, you should have all those foundational skills. They should be concrete, and we are really having cracks in our concrete with the foundations of skills that the students are lacking.
Right, and well, I'm glad you brought up the writing because she's got 5th grade students, and so even though we are supporting her in how to go back and intervene for students based on those spelling inventories using a phonics program, we do want to help her know how to teach into the comprehension and vocabulary building and building background knowledge, even in the midst of her doing a UFly lesson.
Right.
Using, so there are things that we can do to help support that writing, because even when we go back and intervene for phonics deficits, it should ultimately support writing and comprehension. So yeah, we'll speak into that too. All right, so the next question I have for you is, what do you hope students will be able to demonstrate after the lesson?
First off, I would hope that they will be able to demonstrate confidence in their skills that they have. Being the intervention teacher for the past few years before becoming an academic coach, several of those students that were in the classroom, especially 5th grade, they were 3rd graders when I first met them. They struggle, and they still continue to struggle. So first and foremost, their confidence, and with that, the motivation to learn. By the time they get to 5th grade, they're like kind of over it. They feel like they're defeated. So those skills, like I said, student-specific skills that they need to be able to be effective listeners, effective writers, great readers, having a better respect for reading, because everybody won't love to read, but a better respect for reading, and just competent writers to be successful for middle school and high school.
Yeah. And ultimately, all of this backward work that we're doing is so that they can become better readers, so that they can go forward and do what they want to do in life. It's,
Right.
you know, we talk about, I know you know who Malcolm Mitchell is,
Mm-hmm.
but Malcolm Mitchell talks about how he struggled to read.
Yes.
And so as an adult, he talks about how football was such an easy thing for him, so that when he started learning to read and wanted others to learn to read, that he was even more passionate about that because he had to work harder at it.
Right.
So that motivation to learn, I see it too. Our kids at 5th grade, 4th grade level, when they've been struggling, we walk into classrooms and we're doing interventions all the time, but if the kids aren't engaged,
Mm-hmm.
that intervention isn't going to do the work, and the teacher can help with that engagement by showing them the passion for it too.
I agree.
So yeah, okay. How will we know if the lesson was successful?
Ooh, let's see. Daily, we will see it, applied in what the students are doing, not just in that classroom, in that setting, but in the different content areas. They'll be able to apply it. They'll be able to use it. They'll be able to speak it. Definitely be able to write it. So we'll know that they're successful. Again, me personally, you'll be able to see less behavior concerns, because we know that they act out because sometimes they just don't get what's going on in the classroom. And again, just being a literacy person, you'll see a better respect for reading.
Yes.
So
it transfers.
it just transfers across all content, across everything.
Yeah.
The county, the community, and everything that they do, it'll just transfer. Maybe trickle on down to the family and to the parents.
Yes.
And everything.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That is, oh my gosh, I love that you said that. Because that is the way that is what we want to see. It's not just about that individual.
Mhm.
You want to see change for their future, and yeah, I love that. That makes me happy. Okay. How can we extend this work to the other teachers on this grade level, or not just in this grade level, but across the school?
Well, I thought about that when you were when we began to talk. So maybe we can provide a each one teach one type component. If Ms. Burke becomes very comfortable with this, she can teach the other teachers on her grade level, or she can teach other math teachers, because we know that her takeaway may be different because she's math and science. So maybe she can teach the other math teachers on different grade levels. Maybe they can watch a recording of her being able to implement it effectively with her small groups in her classroom. She can talk about it during our staff meetings. Again, I can do some sort of praise board to show not just the other teachers but the students what's going on in the classroom, and hopefully how excited she will be at teaching her lessons. So there are a lot of different things, but most importantly, her being comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And
I love that thought, because when I was instructional coach too, we have to realize that we can't change everything. And not only that, just like students don't always learn the best from one particular teacher, sometimes you have to bring other people on board.
Right.
It has to be a team effort. So getting everyone involved and helping, I'm trying to think how to word this. There has to be a mind shift.
Yeah, mindset.
And if this particular teacher is able to help, if she shifts her thinking in this work and she's able to encourage others to do the same, then that's how ultimately it's going to change the culture.
And build capacity. Build that capacity within the school, within the district.
Right.
Within a community.
Because as an instructional coach, you are one person. So doing things to build capacity in those teachers for the skills they need to teach students, but then them gaining the motivation and the confidence in themselves to help go out and build others, that's where it's at.
And then with the teachers hearing it from someone else, besides me, besides you, because we're always in the classroom, we're always talking, we're always suggestive as to what, things that they can use in the classroom. So to see one of their, colleagues that's in the trenches with them, that, they may receive it even better. So
I love it. Well, thank you. I'm excited about going to see Miss Burke.
I'm excited as well.